The Cumnock History Group arose out of the Raising the Bar community project, which involved an archaeological dig at the Top Inn in Lugar Street with Northlight heritage. You can see on the left Katie Firth and Ingrid Shearer from Northlight Heritage, who were addressing the meeting, and Bobby Grierson standing there. The driving force behind the group was the late Bobby Grierson, a graphic designer by profession, who created the website, digitised photographs and other material. He did research into scares, and also he was very interested in the photographer John Ballantyne. He was great at writing funding bids and was full of ideas. He's been terribly missed. The website already had a lot of content in 2014 thanks to Bobby. The site had a makeover after the death of Bobby in 2020, as we were unable to access his site. The original site can still be viewed by the red archive site button on the right. And we now have an online shop, also with a red button, where you can become a member for only £10 a year and you can buy our merchandise. All the content of the site is free to view and is appreciated. This is our online family tree. It was launched 10 years ago with 3,000 names from Bobby's and my family tree. It's now got 63,800 names and counting. The names have been entered by lots of different contributors from all over the world. There are also photographs and newspaper clippings. The aim of the tree is to find out how we are all related to each other, and we certainly found plenty of relationships in the history group. The relationships feature on the tree lets you see how you are related to other people, and Morag discovered that our neighbour was actually our fourth cousin. Bobby Grierson and member Christine Barry are fourth cousins once removed. Their common ancestor, John Anderson, was born in 1804. The Cumnock Heritage Trail was launched in 2014 and updated last year. It's given out freely to visitor attractions for distribution. There are 117 soldiers on the war memorial, and I started to research who they were in 2014. Eventually I researched everybody I could find that took part in World War I. Bobby applied for funding to recreate the Welcome Home dance from 1919 when men were presented with the Cumnock War Medal. And this one is Bobby's grandfather's medal. This research culminated in a 2018 celebration of the 100 years of the armistice. Member Billy Anderson had an original program from the 1919 Welcome Home dance, and Bobby redesigned it into the program for the event we had on the 10th of November 2018. Both Bobby and I went out to primary schools, taking World War I objects for them to handle and talk about it, and we asked them to paint poppies on stones to be laid at the War Memorial. Members Maura Gordon, Mary Little and Mary Dalgleish photographed all the stones in the old cemetery, and Bobby created the memorial inscriptions to accompany the photographs. We get a lot of ancestry tourists coming to Cumnock, and we're always happy to help them find what they're looking for. In 2019, we did a couple of guided tours of the town centre, followed by afternoon tea. Last year, as a result of so many inquiries, we created a digital ancestry pack which we sent to individuals and to local hotels. For the Cumnock 2016 photo project, we invited people to take photos to record a year in their lives, to be a social history project, the history for the future. It culminated in an exhibition and a fun day at the Baird Institute. The photos can still be found on our Flickr group. A lot has changed in the last 8 years. To celebrate the centenary of Labour politician Keir Hardie's death, we took part in a street art project. Bobby was in his element creating the chalk stencils, and members put these temporary stencils around the town centre. There was also an exhibition in the Baird. In 2018, we did gravestone rubbing in the old cemetery using crayons. That was great fun. The Pennylands project started in 2017 and funded by the National Lottery Heritage Fund. We investigated the 20 years of activity on the site of the camp, which is in the grounds of Dumfries House Estate. We interviewed the bride, the late Betty Parole, who described how her wedding had been interrupted by a fight between some Polish soldiers in the toilets. resulting in the caterers fleeing with the wedding purvey, much to her dismay. We have a monthly meeting, usually with a speaker, and the talks are usually zoomed to the world. That started during lockdown and was popular. Not all of our speakers are men. We've had Barbara Graham, Louise Borum, Ailsa McInnes, Laura McMeekin and Charlotte Rosteck. Next month we have Edwin Lawrence of the Fun Fair family giving a talk on all the fun of the fair. We have worldwide social media coverage on Facebook with 3,000 followers and a YouTube channel with talks and interviews. Member George Macmillan, who lives in Hartlepool, took it upon himself to photograph all these graveyards. There was well over 1 million photographs involved, and he's digitised them into files with the inscriptions as well, and these are available freely on our website. You don't have to live locally to take part in our activities. We've got, for example, Yvonne Saunderson in Essex. She has transcribed the old Cumnock Kirk session minutes from 1703 and has enjoyed the challenge so much that she's now working on the accounts. Alan Craig in Australia also did some transcribing of the old Cumnock Kirk sessions, and he's done a lot of work on the family tree too. George, who's with us tonight in Hartlepool, is the man responsible for all these photographs of graveyards. And Elaine in Cumbria, who's also with us, she's done lots of things, maybe some subscriptions from newspapers. She's done the cookbook research and ploughing up our past stuff and lots more. And she's finally ended up becoming our treasurer. She's also here tonight. Our local members can be relied upon to man stalls at events such as history fairs, the Cumnock Christmas Fair, the Cumnock Carnival, and we were invited to the Royal Highland Show's centenary exhibition at Dumfries House. One of the main things we like to do is digitise old photographs and other material. Bobby started it. We got access to the Cumnock Academy archive, and Sean Lowry has continued digitising these, and they've been added to Facebook. A great source of material comes from old newspapers. We have a subscription to the British Newspaper Archive. Unfortunately, the Cumnock Chronicle does not feature. It's not been digitised, but Bobby went every week to the Beard and photographed old issues of the Chronicle. They are not, however, indexed in any way. We were very pleased to have been awarded the John Strawhorn Memorial Quaich in 2022, awarded by the Ayrshire Federation of Historical Societies. Bobby had suggested we should be nominated for this away back in 2018, so we were really pleased, but just sad that he wasn't there to see that we did win it eventually. Ploughing Up Our Past was our second major funded project. We wanted to investigate the decline in the number of farms in the parish of Old Cumnock and the three neighbouring parishes of Auchinleck, New Cumnock and Ochiltree. It was funded by the National Lottery Heritage Fund and through the Caulfield Communities Landscape Partnership. We found there was a variety of reasons for the dramatic loss in numbers. Often smaller units were amalgamated into larger units. There was maybe the change of use, economic reasons, or the farms were sold for redevelopment, housing, road building, open cast, or railways. Government policies such as subsidies for planting trees also did for many a farm. Lethans was bought for tree planting, and the decline was pretty rapid, as you can see. Local people provided us with lots of fabulous old photos of a time gone by in farming. The exhibition of our findings ran in the Baird from April to August 2022. Local farmers also lent us objects for the cases. We've run several butter making workshops, making butter from double cream. Here Ailsa's describing how smelly the process could be. We were surprised that adults also signed up for the butter making workshops. They get to eat the butter on crackers afterwards. Elaine had the idea to make use of old recipes we had from various farmers' wives and put them into a cookbook, along with some material, historical information about farms and Scots words, and it also features some star bakers. It has sold very well. And then at the end, we summarised all our findings into the Ploughing Up Our Past book. Our income is derived from membership, donations, grants, and the sale of calendars, books, hearts in our online shop, which was launched just over a year ago, and in various outlets such as Mary's Fabrics in the town and in Dumfries House, Crossroads, Hub, and such like. We're happy to come out to schools, homes and community groups bringing photos or whatever, and we have a new Cumnock picture bingo game which we tested at the Christmas lunch. Last year we invited local people to recreate some old photographs. We supplied the old photographs and sent them out to take new photographs. And here's some results. Our current project is called Many a Lang Scot Smile. It's about migration, where our ancestors came to before they got to Cumnock and where they went to if they left Cumnock. This is going very well with contributions from people all over the world. I think we might even get a book out of this one. We asked our followers on Facebook to drop a pin on a Google map to see where they were in the world, having come from Cumnock. We'll take a moment to remember the members that we have lost over the years. I hope this has given you an idea of the things that we can do. But we can't do anything without volunteers. If you would like to join us, please talk to us. Thank you.